All right, let's go. Let's get started here. I think we're streaming already. It's time for another late start here on the live process of development of the facial rigging for Bob here. Here you go, Bob. How is it today? Are you spinning? Nice. All right, so yesterday we made some good progress on the process of development, and it was actually the first time that we could see some results attached to the eyes control. It was a good experience. The actual results were interesting in a certain way. And now we are then able to proceed into the eyebrow shapes, where we are going to be uh, just developing this other four shapes. I don't know how many at this point. It's 11:30 already. Jesus, man. Here we go for another night, but it's exciting on if you ask me. Now, if you want to participate with us, and once again, I forgot to remove my background. I'm gonna get there one day, I'm pretty sure. Boom. Okay, so if you want to participate, please leave a comment and we're gonna talk, and it's going to be a good conversation, or just observe it and we're gonna get somewhere anyways. For Bob here, as usual, Bob, thank you so much for being this amazing company that you are, and we're gonna make you speak soon. It's getting closer. It's definitely getting closer. And here we go. So, yep, jumping right away. So we have the development group here open right now. So this is the development group, and this is the group where we have the connected shape. So I restarted the computer because the computer was suffering last time, and now one of the shapes doesn't seem to be working on the eye, but it doesn't matter. The ones for the look left are working, but there's one for the look right that is not working. Weird. I don't know why. I restarted Maya and this didn't come back as expected, but we can see the bare minimum here that it's working, and that's what we need. Actually, I just needed to check that the process was in fact working and that we could proceed to the next shapes. And after that, we're gonna be also connecting it to the code, so this doesn't even matter because this needs to rebuild and it needs to be programmed, right? So we have a comment here from Chicato, back into the stream. Thank you so much, man. How's it going today? Hope you're having a good night and that you're ready for some new adventures here with us. Okay, so the shapes that we have available on the package here. So there's still a few more shapes that we need to, or at least one more shape that we need to work on here for the eye, which is this one here. Let me get it. So yeah, this is the brow up shape, and it's an interesting shape, but it's also called eyes wide. So we have the eyes open wide here, and this is a shape that I believe we would need to, like, both the upper and the lower eyelid. Is it even possible though, or is it just like, can we push it? I don't know. I don't think so. I think you can push it down a little bit. Correct me if I'm wrong, but you can try it in your in your own. I don't know, but since we have the shape available for us here, maybe that's the case, right? So let me get the development group here, and inside of the development group I have this mesh, which is the one being affected. So this is the one that we were developing the shapes before mirroring it. So I would say that it would come right after the lid tightener here. We would then just add this lid or eyes open wide shape. And then we're gonna go from there. All right, so this is added. I can then turn off and just check what it's going to look like. So why doesn't it affect in any way? Am I so I think I did the wrong thing there. This is not the it should be though. And this is the thing. So this is okay, so this is the node. So I'm just gonna add it here to the, so I'm just gonna change the name. So it's eyes or blend shape dev. Or target dev BLD node. Okay, so this is the one that needs to receive the target then. And now we should have, so right after the lead tightener here, I'm going to add some keys to that target. Just checking if there's a specific position where I left off. Oh, here we go. Yeah, so I'm going by increments of 20, I guess, or 10. So this is where I should then be able to active. So okay, I'm just gonna add a keyframe on 40 here, on 140, and go all the way into 150 and activate it. So now what I should be able to do then initially, I just want to extract the eyelids here. I don't want to, or also I need to go into 160 here and zero it out back again. So let's just get this. I just want to see it like this. So what I'm going to do here now is then paint the target. And I'm just thinking now whether we should paint the eyelids out or the eyebrows out, and it's seeming like it seems to me that the best path is to take the eyebrows because it's just the easiest. But also I don't know if it's affecting the ear, so Let's go. Let me add back the songs here. So I don't know if it's going to be, I can see that there's a lot of loss here. So I don't know if we're going to be able to just isolate and also I think I need my tablet here because it's going to be a lot of clicking right now. And so let's hope we can actually isolate this. I'm not sure we will be able to. You know what? I'm gonna do it almost on the automatic here. Let me see if I can. Yeah, with the tablet it's just so much easier. Let's see if I can then isolate this. It's going to be hard. The thing is going to be hard to manage this part here, but my strategy now is going to be just to use the. So there's the, yeah, should work. Let's try to use the smooth from Maya and see if we can get some automatic smoothing so that we don't have to click 1,000 times, and maybe we will be able to get something here. Okay. Well, then we're gonna be able to see if it's even worth it, you know, in a sense. Just see if it's like something that almost feels like So now I'm just checking if the overall feel of it, of course, here it's completely wrong. It's intervening like on the border of the nose here. I honestly don't know if this is actually real, you know. I'm feeling like this is not real. It's either something that is being caused by the movement of the eyebrow only, like the fact that the eyebrow is pulling the eyelid up. But then I don't know how could the lower lid be pushed down. So yeah, I mean, I can be wrong, I can be right. I would just finish the work on this particular shape and let's see. Okay, so now I'm just going to continue on this path here of simply trying to get the best possible deformation for this particular shape here. And this shape seems that it's going to be very similar to a upper lid razor. Let me see what's going on here, just make a quick check. Yeah, I mean, it's quite weird if you ask me, but because almost the entire face is moving. Like the nose is kind of, it's bleeding so much. Let's try. There's an album here in Epidemic Sound. Let's see what is it about. I don't know, man. Kind of an epic, maybe too epic for this moment. It's not that epic what we're doing. Wow, I feel so much more epic now. Yes, man. Yes, guys, we're doing it. We are developing a facial rig based on facts. The best project that you can ever embrace on your entire life. This is an adventure. This is the adventure of our lives, moving towards the objective that nobody thought we could ever achieve, something beyond the stars on the helms of the visual effects industry. This is the way. There's nothing without it. There's nothing. It is everything or nothing. I mean, I'm sorry. I'm just tripping out here. This might be a little bit too much for us. Let's listen to it a little bit more, and then we move on. This is Epidemic Sound. The tunes for your stream. Nice. What's up with the next thing? I like this one. The music on the stream is always so happy. I'm always playing some happy stuff. I'm gonna start playing some dark, eccentric music. Yeah, I can always think of mirroring. Like, I don't necessarily need to. Yeah, this, I mean, I don't know. I still don't know about it, but maybe I'll keep it just in case, you know? I'll see how can we fit it, because we already have like upper lid razor. Nice. Right, so if you're watching this now or in the future, this is the path towards the facial rig. A path that we're trying to follow to achieve the next step in facial rigging using BlendShapes and different sorts of techniques in Maya. We are then going to use the action stack to build this rig automatically, and this will make viable all of the next rigging projects that we're going to acquire. Maybe we're going to be working with different artists. Maybe we're going to be working with our own sculptures. But the important thing is that we're going to continue. Maybe I went too far there. But if I don't have fun, who will, right? Right, so we keep getting. Oh my god. So I think this one is too much for us right now. Let's try another song. So we're listening to tunes on Epidemic Sound right now, and sometimes I'm getting like inspired by these tunes. Okay, so yeah, we're just finishing up this upper lid raise or this. We already finished this kind of the eye shapes, but we also have some extra. What's going on here? Some extra shapes that were provided in back. So most of the shapes here I've been sculpting with deformers or manually, but now we also have a few that were provided by the 3D scan or the actor himself, and we also have to take advantage of that, especially because it wasn't free. So we're moving on to that. Yeah, this one I'm sorry, I cannot keep it. It's just too much. So this is sound from Epidemic Sound. It's an album called Iron Spire: The Chronicles of Sunder by Tabletop Time. Interesting concept. I mean, we gotta try everything. Learn about what kinds of kinds of tunes they have. And I'm speaking while it is smoothing out what we have. But I'm gonna smooth it as much as possible right now, so it might take some time. And yeah, we have a bunch of songs that I've added to a playlist, but they're just standard songs. This kind of song here, it's kind of epic. I don't know if it's too much for a stream, but it's also different. I'm kind of tired of the same old, same old. It's been already 50 hours or something of working. Well, songs were added recently. Some may like it, some not. Hey Omesh, how's it going? Welcome to the epic session of BlendShapes sculpting today. How's it going, man? Omesh in the house. Thanks for stopping by once again. So I think this is not that bad, to be honest. And the thing is, this one here moves a lot more of the face. So I'm not sure when. So this is the eyelid widen or widener. I don't know. There's the tighten and there's like the tightener and the widener. So we're just using it. It was affecting a lot more here. We were affecting also the eyebrows, but now I'm just isolating them, the eyelids, and it might be just fine right now. I don't know if I want to. Wow, look at this song. This is, I mean, I don't know if it's for every day, but it's quite interesting. Yeah, so this is the shape as we had it. Let me could lower this down a little, a tidy. Yeah. All right, guys and girls, this is how the eyebrows should look. The importance of this shape is immeasurable. So we have two different, let me see. It's like very similar, but they're different. That's why I don't understand. This is two shapes that were provided by the blend shape or the scan. And I think this is kind of a, yeah, I can feel the sadness here, but also yeah, I mean, let's get back to some safe place here. Just listen to some standard stuff now. Just the standard. Yeah, so I can see there's a lot of stuff going on here. I mean, I don't know how the shapes were done actually, because it's kind of weird to me that, you know, the eyelids are popping out way too much. So even if we would use all of this completely off, so in this case here, I'm just gonna change the name here to eyebrow raised, eyes wide. And actually, I'm just going to duplicate this and delete this one because I don't want to. If we keep the target, it's going to start making everything a lot slower. No, sorry, I'm looking at the tablet here. Yeah, it's not gonna help anything. All right. Okay, so I'm just looking now to whatever could be the best approach here. So this is one shape, also needs to be turned off. So this one seems to be a little less compressed, but it's very similar. Let's check the other one. And the last one is just the, what is this? Eyes closed tight. So we do have this already. Yeah, so this shape, I'm just checking on my own face here. It's kind of complex because the eyes closed tight is actually a movement of the orbicularis oculi. So I don't know if we are going to, how are we going to incorporate this? Yeah, it's likely, we're likely going to have like sort of a mask. I don't know. We need a control. We need controls that we can control the eye, like eye look, and then in an easy way, you can also control this kind of complementary shapes, such as lid tightener or. So where's the output here, though? What have I done? Okay, so I'll keep this one like this, and I'll move to the next one already. And I'll refine this right after we because this here I'm fighting against the you know what, I'll fight against it just a tiny more, because you know what, I could simply sculpt this, you know, I could just, after we are done like duplicating this, I could use the sculpt tools to get this to the point what we need. Doesn't necessarily need to be a shape or like the weights for this doesn't really need to be like that. But I'm gonna be stubborn for just a little more here. I just want this to be like falling over the eye, because the eye's it's forcing itself up, so we should just see the skin folding over it. As I said, this could also be done via sculpting, so maybe we can just do that afterwards. But I'll do like the best job as I can for now, or you know, just a little better, and then on the next step we're gonna refine it. Yeah, not too bad if you ask me. It's kind of rounder now. This feels like skin. I mean, you know, it's questionable, but it's better than it was. Yeah, this one is a little more dramatic here, so that's I don't know, man. Just the fact that it's slightly rounder, I think it's already win. Oh. All right, not too bad. Yeah, it's actually okay. we are going to refine this afterwards, so I'm not gonna be struggling much more with it right now. So now we are jumping then into the eyebrow shapes. Welcome to the eyebrow shapes section of this development. Do you know about this, Bob? Would you believe that after 39 sessions we finally got to the eyebrow shapes? Would you believe that if I told you? I bet you wouldn't. It's been a while, but soon enough we're gonna be freed up from your restriction of staying with your mouth open 100% of the time. I hope so. Bam. Let me try turning one extra light up here. I'm feeling too much in the dark. How's it going, Bob? Is it better? Yeah, a little bit. Oh yeah, let's see. Okay, moving on. So I'm going to add one of these two guys here. It's going to be either this one, and we're going to then adjust a little more here. But I can also see why it's not exactly marked out, because of the topology we can get like just so much with the wrinkling here, which is a shame. But I mean, not everybody have a very well defined wrinkling on the forehead. I mean, this might be the case for him. But this here, I don't like the way that it is going over the eye. It's passing over the eye way too much. So this is something that we're gonna have to fix. Now, is this one better or this one better? This one is better. See, I think that the other one is a bit more dramatic. You can see that there's a little more volume. Let's evaluate them side by side here. So this one is more pronounced. It's very similar, to be honest. This one might have a few more features. They're nearly identical. You know what? I'm feeling more like this one. I don't know. I may be wrong. Feels like it has a little more of a wrinkling here. So I'm just gonna go with it. So just add it then to the blend shape here. Okay, so 160, let's key this guy here, then 170, let's key it again. And then at 180, we key it again. Oh, I just happen to have keyed it on 0, so we do have to, well. Yeah, so I don't know how much of this movement I'm not sure. So we 100% we need to fix this. Or do I want to keep this? Yeah, you know what? Let's work more, talk less, think less. So I'm just gonna go ahead and let's go into the frame that it's zeroed out. I'm gonna create the cluster. Because one thing that we start to realize is that, you know, you keep watching something for long and don't make a decision, and then when you do make a decision and you start working on the thing and you finish it, most of the time, from my experience, it starts to look reasonably good, and then you can also decide whether you want to use it or not on that particular situation. But most of the time, sometimes it's interesting to just start working and figuring it out later. Okay, so what I want now is just to grab my skeleton here, isolate, and also the new cluster, and just take the pivot of this cluster here closer to the joint or the eye. This way you can try to keep a reasonable circumference if necessary, even if you want to bring it up or down. And let's change the name of this cluster here to brow down. Let's say down. And lid fix. So yeah, let's keep it like this for now. So then what we're going to do is isolate this guy, paint, cluster, and then browse down, eyelid fix, move this into 0, replace flood. I'm just gonna grab my pen here. Oh, what's going on? Paint, cluster. All right, pretty sure I did flood it, but if it's saying it's not, I'm just gonna quickly and roughly paint this area here. Oh, meu pai. E aí, pai, tudo bem? My father is participating on the live stream, if you believe it. Hello, tudo bem, pai? Te amo, viu? Tô aqui trabalhando. Yeah, so it's pretty late. I don't even know where he is right now. How funny is that? Hello. We have. I don't. I don't have. I don't have the necessary knowledge to pronounce your name, but thanks for participating. Welcome to the stream. You as well. Alright, so I will then just adjust this cluster now and get the shape that we're looking after here. So I think that the first thing I'll do is just grab it and push it way back, and then I'll adjust the actual differences by the skinning. Right, so I think it's more or less like that. So now we're going to start to refine this thing. Just remove ever so slightly. Maybe just too lightly. No. Oh no. Okay, so this is a big issue here. I didn't realize that. So, well, there is a fix though. So I didn't clamp the lower here, and this is something to have in mind, because when you add negative weights, you could be passing through zero and going negative, so it's going to be pushing to the opposite direction. It's an interesting concept, but it can screw up your painting. E aí, pai, tá assistindo ainda? Oh. Right, so the process that we're going through now, if you're just tuning in or anything like that, I'm just adjusting this shape here for the eyebrow lower. It came from in the package of blend shape, so we can see that it is kind of lifting the eyelid as it goes down. That's certainly not the reality, right? So we're just trying to fix that so that we get it to stick to the eyeball, you know. So then this would make a little more sense, but not too much sense. I honestly don't know if that's the case, but we're gonna start with one thing and then we're gonna figure out if we actually need to keep this as this. Because this is actually going to start compounding movement into our rig. So what's the alternative though? The alternative then is to just remove. So let's do an experiment. At this side here, I'm going to use the cluster to correct the movement, and it's roughly painted at this point. But at this other side here, I'm going to then paint the target of the blend shape off. What I want then is to fully remove it from the eyelids, but I think it, as you can see here, it's going to be way too deep. It may not really work. But we're gonna test. Let's try one side and try the other. Maybe it looks good and we are just done with it. So our friend here, which am an I don't have the necessary knowledge to pronounce the name, and I'm sorry about that. I promise I'll in the future I'll get more knowledge and to pronounce it. So I don't understand, but it's a cool job. I do light rendering. Oh, it's so cool, man! This is a cool job as well. It's we're doing facial rigging and basically adjusting the shapes now to combine them later on. So soon enough, we're gonna have something to look. We actually have already something that I tested last stream to combine the shapes into and be controlled by the movement of the eye. It is placed. It is in place. So now I'm just doing the remaining shapes for the eyebrows, and we need to then export the shapes and begin adding it to the script so that we can rebuild it. That does come with some. Oh, sorry, I left it here with the. Yeah. So that does come with some trade-offs. I'm then trying to figure out at which stage are we actually going to or even if we are going to just sculpt all of the blend shapes first and then add it to the script later on, because it's going to be kind of a complex process. Not too complex, but I do feel like we're going to have to design the controls at some point. So there's a lot to come. But yeah, thanks for participating and I appreciate it. Yeah, so this is going to be a hard fix here. So I'm just smoothing it out to see if we can get a little bit of softness on the transition here. It doesn't seem like it's going to be easy. Yeah, so I can smooth it afterwards with the... Let me watch my own eyebrows here. Let me pop up here for a second. Yeah, it seems like there's an inevitable push. But then be the best course of action here. Yeah, because in a way it interferes with the upper with this upper part here, but I don't know how far it does affect the eyelid. Yeah, that's a hard one, because if it starts compounding with the movements that we already have on the other shapes, I don't know if it's easier to just have like a lid tightener, you know, happening at the same time, or if we should go for... So still confused about this. Okay, so let's see which one provides us the best results here. Let's just refine this skin cluster a little more. Let's go for a smooth here first. Maybe we get something already. Yeah, I've got to say it's not terrible. And the main question then would be, how is it going to work with the other shapes? It's a question I guess we're gonna have to wait to know the answer. Annoying, this thing. I don't know if it caches. I don't know why it caches like the transformation. And then the only way to get back or to get the deformation is to activate the... Yeah, I mean, it's not terrible. and now it feels a lot more natural when it skins over the or when it slides over the eye. So I might keep it. I think I'll keep it. So I have to do the same process on this eye here. I think I'll just kill the cluster. That should already solve the problem for us. Where's the influence though? Okay. It's simply the skin. Oh yeah. I'm looking at the wrong thing right now. Let's just move it just a tiny more. Let me send a message to my dad here. So my dad participated on the stream, so I had to send a message for him. So well, I'm here in Vancouver. My family is in Brazil, and my father is actually always traveling. So he's probably in Frankfurt at the current moment. It's a very close. Very close call here. So our friend here is saying without the real-time translation, we can only listen to the outline. Yeah, I don't even know if he listened to it. You know, I don't even know if he knows how to do it. He probably saw me on Facebook or something and just typed the message. But I don't know if he was expecting me to answer or anything like that. So it's funny. But yeah, miss him. Let me see. I think I have other let me check the. I have another source here of information because I don't think that. Yeah, but the brow lower though. It's yeah, but I need it for rage as well. So how would rage? You know what? Let's make the test right now because I'm not feeling 100% confident. Let's see. Let's just hide this for a second, turn this back up, and what else is on here? Oh yeah. So now I'm going to go out and add this into the blend shape that is kind of complete here with our new shapes. I'm just going to rename this as eyebrow lower test geo. And then the songs are gone now, so let me add something else here. We have another album or something. Looking at epidemic sound and trying to find the proper tunes here. Right, so let's add this to the blend shape node. What's up? Why can't I? So my question then is, what's going to happen when we start to compound? It kind of works well, but this side here was not being affected, so it was expected. So let's see. The question then is this side here. Yeah, you see, that's already an issue. And a reason why we may not be able to have this as this. This is already a kind of an answer to the question. We can make this transition better, but I don't think we're gonna be able to skip this here. So let's check with the lid tightener. Yeah, even the lid tightener is screwing, it's being screwed up a little bit. Only the upper lid riser is kind of working. What? Yeah. So this one works a lot better, I guess. So it does need a better transition, but it does give us the answers that we were looking for. So it is interesting. I think it's more natural that the eyebrows actually affect the eyelids, but the separation of movement is important for us at the moment, because otherwise, if the shapes just starts to compound on top of each other, the movement of the shape starts to compound on top of each other, and that's not what we're looking after at the moment. Because we can replicate the same behavior kind of, I don't know, can we though? Can we though? Because this kind of movement is different. It is a different type of movement. Let me see here. So yeah, we have, so for example, we have the lid tightener, right? So it would be something like this. So it's tightening up. So, but this is different, right? So when you compress the inner part of the eyebrow here, pushing it down, you're dragging this entire part inwards, and this creates a movement that is, yeah, it is different. So you can activate both of them at the same time. So like the eye tightener and the inner brow lower. But this, so if you're sad, for example, sad face, you would need this kind of like angled shape here. So because if you're like this, you cannot be sad like this. I don't think this is a thing. All right, so sorry about that. So I'm just using the camera here to try to figure out the things that we need to figure. Okay, so but then how can we combine this though? Because even the eyes closed was being affected, and how can we yeah, let's try because it's just going to create so many other problems, and maybe we learn with this, and the next one we figure out in a better way. So as I said before, this can be easily adjusted on via modeling afterwards. So let's see if my father answered here. No, probably. But yeah, the feeling is that indeed we shouldn't affect. Like my instinctively, I would think that we shouldn't allow this to be affected, the eyelid, because the other shapes are going to be affected, and then it's going to be hard to keep control of the result without having to add a bunch of different correctives or anything like that. And then afterwards I will like work on this with modeling tools to make it look properly, like we have, like it right now it feels like it's folding like a sheet of paper or something like that. So this is just adjustments initially, and then when we move into the sculpting, I'm gonna bring this down, lower down a little bit, and I think it's gonna look a little better. So right now we can observe it being activated as well. So you can see there's not absurd, you know, it's not. But I will allow it to flow as far as it wants. And then I'm gonna fix this on modeling, because I need to know like how deep is it dropping, you know. And we need to create kind of that shape that we were talking about. Let's see how it looks. Yeah, it's definitely too much, but maybe that will help us with like a similar shape as this thing here. And also let's queue that cluster. It's a shame. Let's queue that cluster. I'm not going to be using it for this time. I'm just going to turn off the envelope for now. Yeah, but I'm not really happy with this right now. See if I can smooth it a little bit out. What time is it? Late, as they say. Late, as they say, when you have to work on the next day. So what time is it? Oh my god, it's almost 1 in the morning. All right. I guess that's it's kind of a wrap. Yeah, I just don't like the way it's folding, but as I said, we can adjust that on modeling, so I guess it's good for this stage. It does feel like it's folding on top of the eye. It's going to have to look a lot better, but I guess that's it. So then we're going to do the same thing to the other eye. And just remember, this is what we're going to be getting to later on. So as we saw, when we keep the eyelids here not being affected by this shape, we get a, so we can do eyes closed here. It's not great, but it is not terrible as well. It's not crossing the ways. We can also do the lid tightener, and it works just fine, and it would actually look really close to this if you ask me. Look at that. So this is the actual solution. It's a lid tightener with the eyebrows is going to give us the shape that we were talking about, like sadness. If you just look this eye here, you can feel the feeling right away. This is a good thing about faces. We as humans, or as corny as it sounds, but we as humans, we are like very good in detecting or feeling emotions on other people. Like when we see other people feeling emotions or expressing them on their face, we immediately feel it. So when you're doing facial rigging like this, it's kind of easy to know if you are in the right path or not, in the sense that if it's not good, if it's not correct or not good, you're gonna know it almost instinctively, you know. And anyone will be like, you can study as much as you want, but then anyone will be able to judge your work just by looking at it and saying, I don't really feel it. Yeah, I think that works best. So that being said, I think it's crazy of me if I stay too long. Yesterday I already slept very little, and I think that this is no bueno. But I'm having fun, that's the worst. I would like to just finish this if I could, just like the other side. Oh yeah, the reason I was activating this is to show you guys what does it look like with the, so then we can have the soft eye. Look at that. Oh, this is crazy. Let me take off the joints away from it. So this is the one that is connected, so we can see the shapes kind of working with each other here. Yeah, so this is where we want to get with all the shapes together. And yeah, it's a shame that the right eye doesn't work properly with the eyebrow affecting it. I do think it's a reality touch. But you can see that this is the problem. This is the major problem. Like, because of the way that the eyebrow is affecting the eye, it doesn't touch anymore on the same point. So this is like, unfortunately, it's unacceptable. But we're making some progress. The soft eye is looking pretty interesting if you ask me, but I mean, you are here to judge it yourself. And if it looks terrible, please be the first to let me know, because that's why I work live as well, to listen and to be informed of poor judgment of my own. All right, so yeah, let's do this adjustment then. Turn off this thing. It's the last thing I'm gonna do today, because I really need to go before my brain starts melting. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to take off this weights from this blend shape. So the reason why I have to adjust it also is, or if you didn't hear this before, it's because this is a blend shape pack, or part of it. So I bought a blend shape pack that comes with a few shapes, and that's good as a start point. But as you can see, there's a lot of stuff that is not correct, or is not that doesn't apply, you know. So we need to come and adjust, sculpt a little bit. But I have to go at some point. I wish it was that simple. I wish it was so fast to do. I mean, I actually fooled myself into believing that it was not going to take too long, but it just takes a long time. Especially when you're testing out. So, for example, I lost quite a bit of time today just making some judgments about whether we should go one way or another. And that's the good thing about testing stuff, because next time we're not going to be going through this process again of learning, but this time was the case. So we've been through 39 live streams already, and there was a lot of like thinking involved on this live stream. So I hope that on the next project as well, especially for the rig builder, we are going to get. So let me begin by see if I can grab a loop here. That'll work. Yeah, so that's just to help us get a little bit of smoothness, and then we're gonna continue. So I think they're gonna be slightly different, but also doesn't even matter. Well, it actually worked a lot easier than the other one, if you ask me. It's looking actually good right out of the box. So what have I done different here, though? Yeah, it's not terrible, and it's try to smooth just this part here. Maybe I need to remove a little bit. I don't know. You know what I gotta do, and I'll say it. I just remembered it, but I'll do it before I'll fix it before I save it. Fix it before I say it though. But alright guys, this is going to be it for now. Yeah, they're looking pretty similar actually. And that works. That's going to, when we add this to the, yeah, so you can see that there's the eyes widener there. Yeah, this is going to work great. Nice. What time is it? I'm actually feeling like adding another one here. Oh no, it's one in the morning. All right. All right. Go to sleep, man. I got to get some sleep. So let me see here. Let me increase a little bit of this. Gain here. Right, so just to resume now, we have figured a few shapes out. So we have 2 new shapes today, and we have started on the eyebrow shapes. So with that, let me get here by the side of Bob here. So with that, then we are a little closer to finish or wrapping up the brow shapes or the eyes area here. So we still have to, so we have brows down now, but the next thing is then brows up, and then there's like the combination shape, which is kind of brows up and brows down, and this should create this weird behavior here. So also there's like the cheek razor, which I believe is related also with the zygomaticus major and minor here. So that's a shape that we're gonna have to figure out on the next stage. I think it's related to the mouth. You're not gonna be able to get around it. Anyways, that's a few of the thoughts that we have in mind right now to proceed and to continue developing it. It's going to take a while, as you can see. It's going to be one step at a time. And next time is our 40th anniversary of live streaming, meaning we've done this 40 times already. It's bananas for me. I don't even know how many hours this is. It's probably more than 60 already. 60 or even 70. But we're gonna keep moving. We are doing a project that can actually be replicated afterwards with the action stack. And this is a big progress in my career, to be honest. So we're gonna see each other soon. Thanks for stopping by, for everyone that participated today. For my dad. My dad commented on the stream today, so thank you, Dad. Obrigado, pai. Te amo. And yeah, next time we're gonna continue on this project. So cheers.